Kumar ji, over to you.
Okay, sir.
Your time starts now.
Yes, sir. Hope my screen is visible and my audio is audible. Let me know if I can start. Hello?
Yes, you may start.
Yeah. Hi, this is CA Kumar Venkatesh, a practicing chartered accountant from Hyderabad. Welcome to Audit Through AI approach. Today, I'm going to walk you through two problem statements. The first problem statement being analytical procedures. We all do these analytical procedures at the year end of our audits manually. While doing so, we do year-on-year comparison, ratio analysis, and other workings. What are the pain points that are there in these manual analytical procedures? Reconciliation of 2 years data, validating the data whether it is correct or not, and then drawing comparisons on that 2 years data or multiple years data, and then analyzing those comparisons. And in all these process, there might happen manual errors, and the entire process might take 1 or 2 days, especially when we have strict year-end deadlines. So we used to keep hearing the words audit through computer, audit around the computer, or black box or white box approach. Let us say goodbye to those approaches and let's welcome our new way of doing audit through AI approach. Now I will show how to do analytical procedures in an automated mode. So this is a website which I have developed using Gemini coding for simple user interface. So here you can see there is a tab called analytical procedures. What we have to do is anyone who wants to get analytical procedures done automatically, they have to update trial balances here. So this is the input file, which I will be explaining what all details are there in the input file in the meanwhile when this process happens. So after uploading the input file, we have to click on process data with AI. It's the processing has started. Now let's go to the input file and see what's there in the input file. This is the input file which I have uploaded. It contains two sheets. One is trial balance of current year and another is trial balance of previous year. There are no hidden sheets. So we know that trial balance across the world is of same format: opening, current year activity, and closings. Apart from that, I have added 3 levels of data classification. First one is very simple, whether the ledger is a balance sheet ledger or P&L ledger. Second level of mapping, I just had added non-current and current revenue and expenditure mapping. And in the third mapping, I have added groupings, whether it is a borrowing, asset, reserves, and surplus. This hardly takes 5 to 20 minutes depending upon the number of ledgers. The current input file has 4,549 ledgers. And similarly, in the other sheet, we have previous year data. Again, we need not do the mapping separately here. We can use VLOOKUP from the first sheet, and then in just 1 or 2 minutes, we can finish the mapping. If there are any unmapped ledgers, we can map them manually. So generally, it takes exactly 50 to 40 seconds to get the output generated. Once the output is generated, we will download and we will see what all analytical procedures it has done for us on the 3 years data. Because when I speak about 2 years trial balance, it comprises of 3 years data. Because we have to consider the openings as well, right? So it has populated a Gemini AI analysis sheet because we have integrated API key, which I will be speaking when I explain about how I have done this automation. Then we have Fin snapshot sheet where it has prepared financials, simple financials for 3 years. And you can see balance sheet here, and the balance sheet is tallying. There is a data validation check here, and then comes the P&L. And for that also, a data validation check is done. So firstly, it has prepared the financials, and then it has done a year-on-year comparison, and then it also has done it has also assigned the weightage for each line item. Suppose if we take in non-current assets, PP is having the highest weightage, right? So it has done year-on-year comparison and composition. Not only that, it has also populated ratios for 3 years: debt equity, current ratio, GCA days, which means in how many days we will realize our assets, and total outside liability ratio, and few profitability ratio, which we all are well aware: gross profit and net profit. Not only that, the beauty is that it also has done some indirect analysis, like revenue and trade receivables are related. How much ever the increase in revenue should be reflected in trade receivables current year activity. I'm not talking about the closing balance, but this 33% change in trade receivables is taken by current year jump in trade receivables. And the expense is also correlated to trade payables, finance cost. If it seems the finance cost is increasing drastically, which means borrowing should also be increasing. CapEx. When the capex is also increasing, ultimately the depreciation should also be increasing. So these all kind of things it has created. It also has created visual analytics for capital activity and revenue activity, which we can see here. This activity represents 3 years data. And when coming to the Gemini AI analysis, it has drawn few conclusions like what needs to be taken care when doing the audit procedures, how to ascertain the changes in revenue and profitability, asset growth, liability structure, and all. In future, we are also bringing, as of now, comparative analysis is only telling what are the public available companies with which we can compare the data. But in future, it will compare numbers with those publicly available data. Now coming to the second problem statement for today, we all know we have so many acts, and in each act there are so many complex provisions. For example, say CARO applicability. We all it has so many conditions like turnover has to be more than 200 crores, or debt has to be more than 100 crores, and whether we have to apply this on current year data or last year data. So every time we can't remember the exact provision. These are all the pain points that exist in this problem statement. For this also, in the website we have one more tool called compliance applicability review. Here I am uploading one input file. This input file is generally generated from the financials that we got from the analytical procedures. So I am uploading the private companies. There is no personal data, so in that way, data security is also taken care, because without any name of the company also, the analysis will work. So now I am opening the second output. So first I will show the input and then I will show you output, then we will have a better understanding. So this is the input file which I have given. I just simply copy pasted financials that is generated from analytical review procedures in my second input file. And in the first row, there are few details which we have to mention manually: name of the company, SIN number. If we give SIN number, the year from which it is incorporated and type of company will get automatically generated. But say if the user is not willing to provide his SIN number for privacy issues, even then it works. Then he just has to manually mention the type of company. Now here the space completely is empty. Now let's see in the output file, the empty space is filled up with details. So it is telling that these are all the automated compliance provisions. Suppose it is saying whether the tax audit is applicable or not. And also it is mentioning the due date by which it has to be taken care. Internal audit is applicable for the client or not. CARO is applicable. So CARO, IFC and NFRA filing. This is useful for auditor as well when by issuing his audit report include his CARO. And then CSR provisions is applicable or not. Here we can see managerial remuneration under section 197. It is saying no, because this being a private company. So in this way, complex provisions are automated. Now coming to how I have done this automation, the tools used are Notebook LLM for my conceptual clarity on SA 520 analytical procedures and interpretation of various provisions, and Gemini version 2.5 Pro for doing Python coding and HTML coding for the website, and Python for running the code at the backend, and local web browser for hosting the website that I have designed. So the advantages are, for both the problem statement, we have a simple user interface, just an upload and then it's done. And also the output serves as an audit working paper if the auditor feels his remarks by exercising his professional judgment and skepticism. And also in first output, there is a sheet called data validation, which also has done opening balance reconciliation.
Kumarji, last 2 minutes.
Yeah. So last year closing balance, whether it is matching with opening balance or not, it has done opening reconciliation as well. So that is another added benefit. Coming to disadvantages, garbage in, garbage out rule applies everywhere and here as well. Sometimes trial balance may have erroneous data or it might have suspense ledgers and so on. That is why we have 3 data validation checks. One is opening and closing reconciliation, and in balance sheet whether the financial statement is tallying or not in this row. And also for the P&L, we have 3 levels of data validation, which will indicate whether your data is error prone or not. Data privacy, in trial balance, we don't have the names of the client and all. So in that way, it is ensured. Even if the uploaded file and downloaded file should be deleted, there will be a delete option which will be made available soon. And also for more enhancement in security, we will be adding data encryption for the files uploaded and downloaded. So that's it from my side for the 2 problem statements. Thank you, and I am open for the questions. Hope you like this audit through AI approach, and I wish I will be willing to provide this for the CA profession at large in their best interest if it works well. Thank you.
Sir, you are on mute.
Hello. Sorry, sir.
Deepak sir, you're on mute.
Sir, please unmute yourself. Also,
So Kumar, just one quick question on
Yes,
the
sir.
use
Sorry.
case that you presented. It was good
Yeah.
to understand two things. First, I think what you tried to demonstrate, how do we do the lot of analysis by using the automation tool that you have used. So
Yeah.
just one quick question. What was the reason you wanted to run this through the Python code or maybe a Gemini based code that you might have written and converted that code into an HTML? Instead of that, all of those formulas could have been also added into an Excel file.
Yes, sir. But in Excel file, sometimes it is editable, right, sir? When suppose a condition is edited, it will give a wrong result. When we have coded and kept it at the back end, and if the person who is uploading the file, he will not be able to touch the conditions. So in that way, he will get the correct result. Suppose, say, as you said, I have formulated it in Excel file and given to my article sheet. At the time of opening by mistake through hand touch and all, they may
So
edit
apart
one
from
cell.
manual intervention, there was no other reason.
There was no other reason, but the thing is like here the formulas, suppose say in Excel file, even if I have kept the formulas, it is difficult for it to read the data from trial balance. What I have done in Python code is it does a dynamic comparison. So using the three levels of grouping, it will pick those ledgers and put it. So like it's not hardly coded. Like if suppose my borrowings are in cells B50, if the borrowings are absent there, then manual Excel file will fail. But my Python code, even if borrowings are there in cell B100 or B1000, it will run VLOOKUP on the entire sheet and then it will bring it and put it in the correct way. So I have converted that into Python code. So it works dynamically. Suppose 4000 ledgers are there in the input file I presented. Even if the ledgers are 10,000, it will read and
Okay, got it,
do.
got
Yeah.
it, got it. Just last one quick question. You mentioned
Yes, sir.
something about Gemini API. So can you
Yes, sir.
confirm where exactly that API has been used in this process?
Exactly. Sure, sir. I'll just share my screen.
You can just even confirm to me in theory as well.
Yeah. So in the Python code itself, I have written uh, to send a call to Gemini API. The Gemini API key will not be directly be there in Python code. It will be there in another file called .env, environmental variables file. So whenever the entire calculations are performed, at the last, Python code will make a call to Google saying that this data is ready and it wants you to do some analysis on that. Then the key will be picked from the environmental variable file because it should be confidential key, it should not be shared. So then it will pick, it will go, and then Gemini AI analysis sheet is generated and it is kept inside the Excel file before the output file is generated. So the coding is done in Python so that it will pick the API key, make a call to Google, it will take the analysis back and put it in the output file. It's
Okay,
a
got it.
free
Yeah, I have
API
a
key for
question.
everyone. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Deepak.
Kumar, can you tell me, did you use Gemini free API or did you use any paid account for generating API key?
Uh, as of now, I have subscribed for paid version. I am on currently on a 1 month free trial. From next month onwards, my billing will start. But as of now, I am free trial, but I am using Gemini version 2.5 Pro. It's a subscribed version.
So for the benefit of our participants,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me how much money is required to be paid to Gemini in
Per
order to
month,
use this API? I mean,
sir, API is free. If we subscribe, there is no separate payment for subscription Gemini. So it comes as a whole package, 1,950 rupees per month. You will get 2 TB terabyte of storage, all Gemini AI features, and API key also. But only thing is, sir, in a day we can only make 20 calls to Google to perform the analysis. That limitation is there in the free version. In paid version, if we select billing plan, then number of calls can be increased.
so this entire software, it was generated from Gemini or any other tool did you use to generate the Python code?
No, sir. Beginning to ending, including the HTML, Python code, and everything is using Gemini.
And any additional software to be installed, something like JavaScript dot code or something like that? Do we
No,
do
sir.
we need to install something on our
Uh,
local system?
No, sir, because the use case I have demonstrated, it has a user interface which is a web page. So
Mhm.
suppose you are uploading a file, sir, the entire coding will run on my server if I host that on a public URL. So you need not have even if you don't have Python or JavaScript on your website, you just go to Google Chrome, upload your trial balance, and just in one click, your analytical procedures and compliance provisions will be available at your hand without any tools on your computer. So it will run at the back end on my server.
No, that is okay. But let's
Yeah.
say I want to
Hmm.
run this entire code on my system itself
Yeah.
rather than hosting it on
Yeah.
some
Then
computer.
yeah,
Then what kind of softwares I need to install it or to run it?
just Python and pandas libraries of Python. That's it, sir. No more complexity further. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
For the
Python.
and even for the front end UI, you don't need any other additional libraries or something need not be installed,
No,
right?
sir. It is directly coded in HTML, and just by opening a browser, we can just open the web page,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
and then it will directly interact with the Python code.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done.
Akhil sir, any questions? So should we move forward? Akhil sir?